Nobody warns you about this part. Nobody sat you down and said, your dog might fall apart a little when you bring the baby home. Nobody told you that the dog who has been through everything with you might suddenly become one more thing you are quietly worried about on top of everything else. And when it happens, it can feel like you are failing two people at once. So before we get into the signs, here's the one thing I need you to understand first. Your dog is not jealous of your baby the way a sibling might be. They do not understand what a baby is, or why everything changed. What they feel is closer to confusion and loss. The life they knew shifted overnight, and nobody explained why. Once you understand that, everything you do to help them starts to make sense. And before we get into it, I want you to think about the last time your dog did something that made you stop and wonder if something was wrong. Because by the end of this video, you will know exactly what it meant and what to do about it. Sign 1. They push between you and the baby. Every single time you sit down to feed the baby, your dog is right there, not lying nearby. Right there, pushing their nose in, pressing against your leg, pawing at you for attention at the exact moment you cannot give it. And you are exhausted. You are touched out. You have a newborn attached to you, and now your dog is pressing its full body weight against your leg, and you do not have anything left to give. This is one of the most obvious signs and also one of the most exhausting ones to deal with. But what your dog is doing is not attention seeking for the sake of it. They are trying to confirm that they still exist to you, that in all this chaos you still see them. What to do? Before you sit down to feed, give your dog 2 minutes of deliberate attention, not distracted attention with your eyes on the baby monitor. Real, present attention. Get down to their level, look at them, speak to them quietly. Then, when you sit down to feed, they have already had something from you, and the urgency behind the pushing drops. It will not work perfectly every time, but over a few days the behavior becomes less desperate. Sign 2. They start having accidents in the house. Your dog has been perfectly trained for years. And now suddenly, there are accidents. Inside the house. In places that feel almost deliberate. This one is harder to deal with because it feels like defiance. It is not. It is stress coming out in the only physical way available to them. When a dog's routine and emotional security are disrupted severely, their body responds. It is not a choice. It is a symptom. What to do? Do not punish it. Clean it without making a big reaction, and look at what changed in the routine around the same time. Usually it is something specific. A walk that stopped happening. A feeding time that shifted. A room that became off limits. Find what changed and see what you can restore, even partially. Sign 3. They go quiet and disappear. This is the one that breaks your heart. Your dog used to be the first thing you saw when you opened your eyes in the morning. They would be at the bedroom door before your alarm even went off. Now they just stay on their bed. They are not causing trouble. They are not demanding anything. They are just not there in the way they used to be. Somehow, the quiet version hurts more than the loud one. Because your dog is not asking anything from you anymore. They have just stopped expecting it. And that is a harder thing to sit with than the pushing and the whining. What to do? Go to them. Do not wait for them to come to you. Because they may have already decided that coming to you does not work anymore. Find them wherever they are. Sit near them. Do not make a big thing of it. Just be there. Let them feel that you noticed they were gone and you came to find them. Even 5 minutes of that done consistently over several days starts to rebuild something. It tells them that you still think about them even when the baby is filling every corner of your attention. Sign 4. They become clingy and follow you everywhere, the opposite of disappearing. Your dog follows you from room to room all day. Every room, every time. They cannot settle unless they can see you. The moment you close a door, they whine or scratch at it. This is anxiety looking for reassurance. Your dog is not sure of their place anymore, and they are trying to stay as physically close to their anchor as possible. What to do? Create a predictable moment in the day that belongs entirely to your dog. Same time every day if you can manage it. Even 10 minutes, a walk, a play session, sitting together quietly. The predictability is the point. Your dog needs to know that something reliable is coming, that they have not lost their place in the rhythm of your day. Sign 5. They act out near the baby's things. Your dog chews the corner of the baby blanket, or dog grabs a muslin cloth and runs with it. It seems deliberate. It feels like they are targeting the baby's things specifically. And in a way they are. But not because they understand what those things are. The baby's belongings carry the strongest concentration of the new scent that has taken over your home. Your dog is drawn to those things the same way they are drawn to anything that smells strongly of something that has changed their world. The acting out around those objects is a displacement behavior. They are trying to process something they have no other way of expressing. What to do? Do not leave baby items in places your dog can easily access them. Not because your dog is being bad, but because removing the trigger removes the behavior. Give your dog something of their own that carries your scent instead. An old t-shirt, a worn pillowcase. Something that says you are still here. You still belong. Sign 6. They become over-alert and watchful. Your dog stares at the baby constantly. Their body is stiff. Their ears are forward. They flinch at every small sound the baby makes. This is your dog in a state of low-level stress. They are not relaxed. They are monitoring. Trying to make sense of this new presence that has rearranged everything in the home they thought they understood. What to do? Lower the energy in the room when your dog is present. Speak softly. Move slowly. Let your dog approach the baby's space on their own terms, rather than carrying the baby toward them. Every time your dog chooses to be near the baby calmly, acknowledge it quietly. You are rewarding the calm rather than managing the tension. Sign 7. They lose interest in things they used to love. The toy they used to go crazy for now sits untouched in the corner. The walk that used to make them spin at the door, jumping and circling and barely able to contain themselves, is now something they do half-heartedly. Head down, tail low. None of the usual excitement that used to make you smile even on hard days. This is the sign most parents miss because it is so easy to explain away. They are just tired. They are getting older. They are settling down now that there is a baby in the house. But if it started around the time the baby came home, it is not a coincidence, and it is not age. It is a dog that has lost its spark, because the things that gave their day meaning, the walks, the play, the attention, the rituals, have been quietly disappearing one by one, and they have stopped looking for them. What to do? You cannot bring everything back at once, and you should not put that pressure on yourself. But you can pick one thing, one walk, one play session with the toy they used to love, one routine from before the baby arrived. Pick one and protect it as best you can. Keep it at the same time, done the same way, as many days as you can realistically manage. That one reliable thing is what starts to bring them back. Not because the activity itself is magic, but because it tells your dog that some things did not disappear, that they are still worth showing up for. And here is the thing I want to leave you with. Your dog does not need you to choose between them and your baby. They are not asking for that, and they never were. They just need to know they have not lost you, that the shape of the family changed, but they are still inside it and still loved. If you're going through this right now, tell me about it in the comments. I read every single one, and you would be surprised how many other parents are in exactly the same place right now. And if you want to keep understanding what is really going on between your pet and your growing family, subscribe right now. I'll see you in the next one.